All right, let's sit all the way back today. All the way back, where you feel your back touching the back of the chair. And just close your eyes for a minute and take a deep breath in. And notice if you feel more parts of your back touching the chair. And exhale. And keep on breathing in and out and feel how much of your back is touching the chair more or less when you're filling your lungs with oxygen. Can you feel the lower ribs, the middle ribs? How high? And open your eyes and take a deeper breath and see if you can go a little bit higher up your back to come in contact with the back of the chair, and exhale and let it relax to wherever it wants to go. And inhale. And is the right side touching more? Is the left side touching more? What's going on back there? And when you inhale and you bring the back of your back to the back of the chair, what happens to the shoulders? Do they stay rounded forward or do they tend to go back? Can you feel the shoulder blades now touching the back of the chair? And inhale, and maybe the shoulder blades can kind of tickle the back of the chair lightly. And one more of those. How much of the shoulder blades and which one touches more? And exhale. Now, the next time when we inhale, we're going to press one shoulder blades and let go. And the next time we inhale, we're going to press the other shoulder blade and let go. So we inhale and we press one into the chair and let go. Morning. And inhale and press the other one into the chair and let go. Inhale and press and let go. Inhale and press. Now I'm going to ask you to think and feel. Are you pressing and going up, or are you pressing straight back? Let's try to press straight back, like you're trying to, if your scapula, your shoulder blades is a stamp and you're stamping it, the shape of it, into the cushion of the chair. And stamp the other one. Is that stamp as clear as this stamp? Is one side a little bit clearer? And when you're stamping, do you try to help it by moving to the side? Or is your spine staying center? And you can move the stamp, the scapulas, the shoulder blades, back and back. We're going to move from one to the other, back and back, and back, and back, going back, back, and back, and one more back. Good. Rest for a minute and just feel how it feels between front and back. Next time we're going to shut our eyes and we're going to do it again slowly. And when you are pressing one, see if your head wants to turn with it and your eyes are wanting to turn with it, or does it go, or do your eyes stay forward? So as you press the shoulder back, what does your head do and what do the eyes do? Work only with one shoulder right now. Press and pay attention to what the eyes and the head are doing. Do you get like a rotation in your spine. And come back to the center. Rest for a minute. And now we're gonna I'm gonna give you instruction. We're gonna press the same shoulder blade straight backwards, but the eyes will stay, even though they're closed, they will stay forward. You're allowed to move the spine, you're allowed to move the head, but the eyes will stay forward. So you can either do it with your eyes closed or open. If you do it with the eyes open, choose something that's straight in front of you and focus on that thing that is straight in front of you. So we're differentiating between the shoulder moving and maybe the spine rotating, but the eyes are fixated straight forward. Only that side. We're not going to do the other side yet. Can you keep the other shoulder quiet? Can you work only with the stamp on the side that you chose? One more time. And come back and rest. Close your eyes and just feel that vibration and the feeling around your shoulder blade and maybe around your eyes and what's happening to your breath. And now we're gonna do it again, and this time you're gonna take the eyes and the head towards the shoulder. So the shoulder, the head, and the eye are going and coming back. Only that side, we're still on the one side. Shoulder goes, spine rotates, head rotates, and eyes go with the head now. And shoulder and spine and head and eyes. And coming back all together. And shoulder blade, stamp, spine, head and eyes. Everything comes together as a concert. Okay, all the orchestra is playing together. One instrument, two instruments, three, eyes. Everybody plays together, coming back. So our head is the one that tells us what to do, right? So you're in charge. So it's the stamping into the chair, the spine, the head, the eyes, and coming back. All together coming back. Now we're gonna come back one by one. So we'll come back, we're going there. Stamping, spine, head, and eyes. Stay there for a minute. Now bring only the eyes forward. Bring only the head forward. Bring only the spine forward. Release the shoulder. And rest. It's not easy, is it? Let's do it one more time. Shoulder, spine, head, and eyes. Stay there. Only eyes forward. Only head forward. Only spine forward. Release the shoulder. Shut your eyes, close them, let them rest. Go within and just feel that side that you worked on. I believe it's your left side. Now we're going to do it again to the same side. One more thing. We're going to the side one by one, but the head will and the eyes will go to the opposite side. So shoulder and spine and head and eyes to the opposite side. So we have two parts to the left, two parts to the right, coming back in a concert together. Shoulder and spine to one side, head and eyes to the other side. Coming back together. And shoulder and spine to one side and head and eyes to the other. And together. And one more time, do it now with your eyes shut. Head and eyes to one direction and shoulder and spine to the other one. Come back together and rest. Rest with your eyes closed. Notice how deep your breathing is. How does the right shoulder feel versus the left shoulders? How does the left side feel, the ribs versus the right side? In terms of volume, clarity in your brain, the picture that you have of it. And open your eyes. And we're going to stamp the other shoulder back and release. And stamp and release. So the shoulder blade, the scapula, goes towards the back of the chair and release. Doesn't have to be big. It's not a big stamp. Just a little bit of ink. Touching. And what happens to your head and to your eyes? Are they following the movement? Are they going away from the movement? Is it the same thing that you did on the other side? And now allow the eyes and the head to go with the movement. The shoulder blade is going towards the cushion part of the chair, and the eyes and the head are going with it. Okay, so the shoulder blades will go back and the eyes will stay focused to the front. The shoulder blade goes backwards and the eyes stay to the front. Now allow the shoulder blades to go and the head to go, but the eyes still stay straight forward, whatever your straight forward is. The nose turns, but the eyes don't. The shoulder blade is going back no matter what. The head is turning, the eyes stay focused forward. So it feels like you're moving the eyes to the opposite side. So if you're working with your right shoulder blade, you move your eyes towards the left so they can stay in the center line. The eyes are super important with leading movement. So we're kind of exploring a little part of it today. And let's do it one more time. The shoulder blade goes straight back, the head turns with it, and the eyes are fixated forward. And rest. And let it go. Stay completely rested. Close your eyes. And just notice what it feels like around the shoulder blades, the ribs, how deep you're breathing now. And slowly open your eyes. And we're going to continue pressing the shoulder blade back, allowing now the head to turn and the nose to turn and the eyes to turn and the spine to turn. and coming back together. So we start with the shoulder blade. We allow the spine to continue and the head and the eyes. So the shoulder blade goes backwards, the spine rotates, and the head and the eyes rotate as well. Find your center again. Some of you are already leaning.
Yeah.
So it's the shoulder blade that goes back, the spine that rotates around its own axis, and head and eyes. And coming back together as a concert. All the body parts. And now shoulder blade alone, spine alone, head and eyes. And coming back together. And shoulder blade, and spine, and head and eyes. And coming back together. And press, and spine, and head, and eyes, and back together. And again, shoulder blade, and spine, and head, and eyes, and back together to the center. Close your eyes and rest for a minute. Compare between the two sides. Give yourself a mental note on how you're feeling inside. Good. And now we're going to do the shoulder and the spine and the head and the eyes. And we're going to stay there. And now we're going to do the eyes first, the head first, the spine first, next, and then the shoulder. And again, shoulder blade, spine, head, and eyes. And the eyes first, the head next, the shoulder blade next, not the spine.
Yeah.
Oops, what happens to me on this side? And shoulder blade, and spine, and head, and eyes forward, and head forward, and spine forward, and shoulder blade relaxes. One more time. Shoulder blade, and spine, and head, and eyes, only head, only spine, only shoulder blades. One more time, so I will be sure that I know it. And shoulder blade, spine, head, and eyes, head, spine, and lift your shoulder blades straight up. Relax your arms. Pretend you're a scarecrow. And very slowly relax the shoulder blades down, 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 down. And again, lift the shoulder blades up. And now rotate the thumb forward. Make sure that your thumb is pointing forward. Make a fist and give me your thumb forward. So some of you are out here. It's much harder, but if that's the only position, then again, still turn the thumbs forward and lower. And up. And rotate the thumb a little bit further back, out, 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 there you out this way, yeah. And lower the shoulder blades. And now come with the shoulder blades as far as you can towards the chair. Finally you have the back resting, right? Lift the shoulder blades up. See if you can straighten those elbows. Not force them, but keep them as straight as possible without forcing. Turn the thumb even further back. Oh, more shoulder blades is touching the back of the chair. Lower the shoulder blades down. And lift the shoulder blades up. Exhale and rotate the thumbs even further back. Remember the days of hitchhiking? No? And shoulder blades down. Am I the only one that hitchhiked?
No.
Okay.
No.
And up. And rolling the shoulder blades even further. The thumb is pointing as far back. Lift the thumbs back and see if you can lift the chair. Not easy. And come back and rest. Good job. Let it rest.
You used to hitchhike? Is that what you said?
I used to hitchhike from 16 till 28.
I didn't.
How my parents allowed me, God knows.
My parents would have had a fit if I
They didn't
hitchhiked.
know.
Thing is, I lived in a small town. Everybody knew everybody. So if I hitchhiked, my dad would know it before I left. You know, when I was.
I lived in a different country. It was a bit safer. Okay, anyhow. And I used to dress really appropriately, long sleeve,
Yeah.
covered up. Okay, hands here. Where were we? Shoulder blades up and roll them. Shoulders up and roll them. Shoulders up and roll. Shoulder blades up and hold them. Hold them until you feel that it's uncomfortable and there's a lot of tension. And now lift them even higher until you can't stand it. 1, 2, 3, let go, boom. Whew. Let's do it one more time. And glide the shoulder blades up, create tension. Move them back a little bit. Lift them even higher until you can't stand it, until you feel the shake. And let it go. 1, 2, 3, boom. And go forward and back. And start swimming backwards. Swimming backwards with the shoulders. Back and 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 relax. We are going to cross the arms so the shoulder blades are coming forward. Like you're cold and you're shivering and the shoulder blades are trying to touch one another. And it's summer and you try to get all the breeze you can. And you're closing, shoulder blades are getting, it's like an elastic that's really, really, really a band. And now you're stretching the band. And you're shortening the band. And you're stretching the band between the shoulder blade, at least 180 degrees, right? And in, and out, out, out. And rest your left one, your right one, sorry. Rest one. Bring the other one into the chair and open, open, open until you can go any further. When you cannot go any further, allow the ribs to roll on the chair and look at the fingers. And come back. Rest. Inhale, open the arm, go as far as you can. When you can't go anymore, continue with the ribs, allow the ribs. And come back. And now do it immediately with the ribs. The ribs are your helpers. So eyes and arm and ribs, everything is rotated. And come back. And arms and head and eyes and ribs. And come back. On the chair, the elbow is on the rest of the chair. And rotate, 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 and feel how the ribs on that side are moving, gliding on the back of the chair. Fantastic. Rest this arm, and we're gonna go to the other side. And immediately the arm, the eyes, the head, and the ribs. And you will notice that one side doesn't want to rotate as nicely as the other one. Doesn't cooperate as well. And that's okay. You have many years of habitual way of moving. So we notice. And with the exhalation, you allow it to go, maybe not further, but at least more comfortable. At this stage of the game, we just want to be comfortable, right? We're not going to the circus. Inhale when you come back. Exhale. Inhale when you come back. And one more time, exhale. And come back. Help yourself to come to the edge of the chair, which is usually where we are. Place your feet nice and strong. And now we're going to start with the eyes looking. Somebody's out there. Turn, 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 turn. Allow the shoulder to move. Allow the ribs to move. And maybe even the hip moves. And come back to the center. But not the knees. This is your strength. You're staying here. But the eyes are moving back, the head is moving back, the shoulders moves back, the ribs move back, and maybe even the pelvis moves back. And as a concert, everything comes back together. And again, the eyes, the head, the shoulder blade, the ribs, and the hip. And as a concert, together. And the eyes, the head, the neck, the shoulder blades, the ribs, and the hip. And keep on moving from side to side and feel how everything is coming together, and you're using the foot on the floor to stabilize yourself, and everything on top of it is rotating. Going backwards, one after the other, and coming back, either one after the other or together. And come back to the center. And close your eyes. And just listen to how you are doing internally. Are you aware of more body parts than you did half an hour ago? Is it easier to breathe? Is it a little bit deeper? And slowly open your eyes. And thank you so very much. And I'll see you next week.